It's 11 p.m. on a Wednesday. You're scrolling through Netflix. Again. But instead of starting something new, you click on The Office. For the 7th time. 92% of people rewatch TV shows regularly. And science says there's nothing wrong with you. In fact, your brain is working exactly as designed. When you rewatch your favorite show, your brain releases dopamine, the same chemical that makes food taste good and exercise feel rewarding. But here's what makes it different. Dr. J. Derrick at the University of Houston studied this. When college students rewatched familiar shows after mentally draining tasks, they reported feeling recharged and restored. Your brain has limited processing power. Every decision you make, every email you write, every conversation you navigate uses cognitive resources. By the end of the day, you're depleted. Watching something familiar requires almost no mental effort. You already know what happens. No surprises, no anxiety, no decisions. Your brain can finally rest. But there's more. Rewatching triggers nostalgia. Studies show nostalgia boosts mood, enhances self-esteem, and creates a sense of meaning and belonging. Psychologists call this social snacking. Your favorite characters feel like friends, and when you're feeling lonely or disconnected, spending time with them fulfills genuine social needs. New shows require attention. You have to learn characters, follow plot twists, stay alert for surprises. When you're already exhausted from life, who wants that? Here's the fascinating part. Each time you rewatch, you notice new details, a background joke, a subtle expression. Rewatching offers both familiarity and discovery. Psychologist Barry Schwartz found that too many choices create anxiety. With rewatching, you know exactly what you're getting. Total control, zero disappointment. In 2023, Friends alone accounted for 25 billion streamed minutes. People aren't watching it for the first time. They're coming back, again and again. Research from Sunway University found people with high anxiety benefit most from familiar content. It reduces cognitive strain when the mind is already overwhelmed. Old shows act as grounding techniques. They keep your nervous system regulated. When everything feels chaotic, familiar stories create safety and predictability. These shows transport you back to college dorm rooms, to your first apartment, to times when life felt simpler, even if it really wasn't. But here's the caution. Rewatching becomes a problem when it's avoidance. When you're using TV to escape responsibilities, difficult emotions, or personal growth. The key is balance. Rewatching as self-care is healthy. Rewatching as your only coping mechanism isn't. Make sure you're also processing emotions and staying connected to real life. There's also the mere exposure effect. The more you're exposed to something, the more you like it. Your comfort show gets more comforting with each rewatch. Dr. Shira Gabriel at University at Buffalo says this is evolutionary. Our ancestors relied on repeated stories for survival, community, and belonging. We're hardwired for this. The pandemic intensified this. When the world felt uncertain and terrifying, people turned to familiar shows in record numbers. Comfort viewing became survival mechanism. Saying, "I'm a Parks and Rec person," communicates your values, your humor, your worldview. Experts recommend setting limits. 1 or 2 episodes as a wind down is healthy. 6 hours of binging every night might signal you need other support. So, is rewatching shows healthy? Yes, as long as it's intentional self-care, not avoidance. As long as it helps you recharge, not hide from life. If this explains something you've been doing unconsciously, subscribe to Body Facts. We break down the science of your everyday behaviors. Drop a comment. What show do you always come back to?